like the beard that you
Thank
got
you.
going.
Yeah, it was. It's the season 6.
It's the season 6 beard.
6 beard,
It's your
right?
rally beard. I like it.
So how prominent will Aladdin and Jafar be in this season?
I think that at first we get a taste of them in the premiere, and then it takes a little bit before how the Aladdin world mixes in with the storybook one.
Yeah, I think that we left a lot of threads dangling last year, Jekyll and Hyde, the Evil Queen, so that we're not in a rush to get to Aladdin Jafar because we have other things to kind of take care of. And this year we're not doing like these 10 are in Camelot and these 10 are that. So we're gonna be much more of a season 1, season 2 stage storybook kind of vibe.
Was there a reason for the recast for Jafar?
Yeah, we could. Naveen, who we love, we worked with on Lost and obviously wrote the part for in Wonderland, is a regular on Sense8. So the thing the fans don't understand sometimes is that people don't just wait for the call. Especially great actors who are in demand.
Why did it feel like the right time to bring Aladdin and Jafar into the show?
Well, I think that hopefully when you see the premiere, you'll start to understand why. In our conception of the Aladdin story, because like anything, we try to do our own twist on it. If you saw the clip today, you see that he was a savior. So there's clearly some sort of connection between him and Emma as a savior, and that kind of tie is what made it sort of feel appropriate to bring our kind of Aladdin spin into the show now, because we're going to be starting to deal with some very strong and emotional things about being the savior with Emma.
Was the red bird in that scene in Santiago in the very far up corner?
I'll say about the red bird in that scene is you pay attention to it, it comes back.
Yeah, that's a very clever thing to notice.
Speaking of the red bird, are there any other characters besides Aladdin and Jafar we can expect to see come in from 90
Yes, Jasmine is coming in to be played by Karen David. We're very excited to have her join the show.
And then speaking of, I think Cinderella's returning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you tell us anything about her involvement? I think that there's a friendship or a relationship with her and Snow White that they're focusing on.
I think that we saw in season 1 that when we saw a Cinderella backstory, we saw that there was a cross between Snow and Cinderella. And this year, when we revisit Cinderella's story, we'll see again. We'll see when they first met. But we're going.
I was just gonna say, if we remember, Cinderella was actually the very first kind of happy ending Emma returned. It was episode 4 of season 1, and that is going to we know that the Evil Queen is out there, and I'd say the fact that with these untold stories, and that being the first thing, it's all going to come together.
So about that idea of the land of untold stories, it could be double meaning. The untold stories of the cast, of the characters, and the untold stories that you guys haven't tapped yet.
Exactly.
So talk about that a little bit.
Well, I mean, I think, you hit it pretty much on the head, which is there is a land of untold stories of characters we've never touched upon on the show, but also our characters have untold stories, and I think hopefully you'll see that there are some secrets and things in their past that start to come back, start to reveal themselves, and even some secrets that, some of our, some of the characters aren't even aware of their significance, and I think, we've always kind of looked at the past of the characters kind of objectively, the way we've shown it to the audience, and now, in these years since the curse is broken, a lot of these characters can really kind of reflect and look back upon the things that shaped them, and, there are consequences to a lot of things they've done.
Going off of that, could we ever see Neil come back again?
First of all, I love the R2D2 show. It's very distracting. The archers are going in all the different directions.
Yeah, they're blasting off.
It was pretty great.
Could Neil come back like in a flashback or baby?
Flashback Neil. I love Emma and Neil.
The greatest thing about a flashback is you can have anyone at any time. Michael Raymond James, we are his biggest fans. Last year he was a regular on the show. We were very happy he came back to do the 100th. Again, we that was a time in Emma's life. We don't think we're done telling all of Emma's flashbacks. Could we see him again? Yes, but you never know.
On a practical level, were he available and willing, we'd happily have him back to appear in some form of flashback. And
Yeah,
all
we
that.
love Michael.
Yeah, we love Michael, and we were so happy we were able to work things out to have him in the 100th episode, and we love those stories between the two of them and her past very much as well.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you want to go?
Well, no, I was gonna say, like, you guys, you've had a few real life pregnancies on your show.
It's the most
Yeah,
fertile
you.
show on television.
How? Yeah,
No,
how is
there's
that
nobody
from
here
your-
that isn't pregnant on our show, apparently.
How
It's
do you
in the
guys
water.
deal with it? Like, was Pandora's box a pregnancy?
Yeah, she's on maternity leave. Everyone was like, "Whoa, how come Emily's not coming back? Because she's just gave birth, and it's called maternity leave."
What I'll say
It's
is-
called us saying you don't have to work with a 1-day-old baby.
Emily
But like the
has-
fans were like, "I hate you guys. How dare you allow her to be with her child in bond?"
So Emily has given birth. She's a lovely daughter, and because of that, now Belle can be out of that box pretty quickly.
But the box could be pregnant. I mean, I don't know.
Maybe
Does
that's
Ginny
the
go in the box now?
No,
Ginny's. We're gonna. This year is a year of snowing. I can promise you that.
yeah, we really want this.
Really?
To be,
Yeah.
we really want this to be a year of snowing. I mean,
In all seriousness, yeah.
Yeah, we're not kidding aside here. It's the snow charming story, the romance, the adventure, the fun
The
of those
epicness
two.
and the evil queen coming back to take care of something that she believes her other half failed at, which
Yeah.
is getting revenge.
So yeah, we really want to see Snow and Charming, back. We want to see Ben and Snow again. We want to see the two of them in the woods on horseback, like doing their swashbuckling thing, because they're just amazing when they do that. And we're excited to get them back going.
Yeah, but if anyone wants to get pregnant, they should be coming out on the show. That is
Vancouver.
actually, yeah, it's better than.
Well, the couples are such a big part of the show. Are there any romantic pairings that you would love to see on the show that you haven't really been able to put the pieces together yet?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's funny. It's like romance is a huge part of the show, but it's just one part of the show. I mean, I think that it all sort of falls under the umbrella of family to us. This show is really about a big kind of crazy family, from the Evil Queen to Henry to Snow to Charming and all of them. And the romance is great and so much fun to doing it, but I think that, we're not looking to add a new couple or create a new romance just to do it on the show. I think really kind of trying to really explore what this family is going through. I mean, for Emma and Hook, for example, the aftermath of the end of last season where, Emma finally said I love you in a circumstance where it wasn't a world exploding or life or death situation. That's a big deal, and she should have to figure out what that means for her, and that's the kind of stuff we really want to dig into.
What do you have ahead for Mr. Gold / Rumple?
Well, as he reminded us season 1, he's a difficult man to love. And we often forget that because we want to forget that because he seems so loving and he so much loves Belle. But he was honest last year. He loves the life, No different than Walter White explaining at the end, right? Bobby loves Rumple loves the life. So I think that he also loves Belle more than anything, and that is genuine. And I think that the idea of having another child is really something he's looking forward to because, it's another chance to do it right. So I think that what we love about the relationship is the messiness of it. And that's what's so much fun to write because he can't help himself. And, so I think that what we have in store for them is a lot of chaos for a while to sort through.
Your characters need therapy.
They do,
do,
and thank God.
Yeah, we've got Archie back. Raphael Savage as Archie is going to be appearing in some episodes, and because our characters really need to work.
One
some
character
out.
you're going to see in the premiere needs therapy, and we'll be going to Archie, and we think that the character who that is will be surprises. And if it's not, then then I made a big statement.
You guys stressed during the panel that people should not trust Hades. Can you go into a little bit more
Yeah,
of
I
the
think
storyline?
what we were talking about, to be perfectly clear, isn't that Robin's
soul.
not dead or not. It was Hades said he obliterated Robin's soul, and for us, our attitude is, well, a good and pure soul like Robin's, could that really just be obliterated and destroyed, or is that just something that horrible villain like Hades said? And that's something we think would be right for our
so when I
characters to
said
question.
I choose to believe in hope, what I meant was I believe that Robin Hood, his soul moved on as we saw Cora did. So if someone who was as awful as Cora can redeem herself and move on, someone as noble as Robin Hood should move on. And Hades saying that to me, I feel like is I don't buy it, and we're going to explore that.
So redemption, it was a really big overarching theme last season. What would you say if you could describe the theme for like the first half of this coming season? What would that be?
I would say that we have to confront looking at the darkness within us and wondering, can we actually separate it? I think the Jekyll and Hyde metaphor with the evil queen, can work on everyone.
And I would say that, like, the separation of the dark and the light, in Regina, I think it's not as simple as just cutting someone in half, and that's something we really want to explore as well, which is, can you really just take one part of yourself out, and what does that do to the rest of you?
We laughed about those babies, but you cast that marriage. You are directly responsible for those babies.
And I never let them forget it.
Really? What was it like to watch that evolve in front of you?
It was amazing because they're two of our closest friends. One of the great things of working with them for 6 years is you have a great working relationship. We have a very close friendship with them. Like, we spend holidays. It's one of the things I love about the show is that it's not just those two. A lot of our cast has really, like, through the 6 years, found people, had children, had multiple children. Fans have met. Today we met fans who met on Twitter from all over the world, and they met here. And for us, once we always wanted it to be a community. That was the thing I loved about Lost. It's the thing I love about a band I like, the Grateful Dead, is that people can come together and bond over it. And so to watch anyone be happy as a result of situations you created is fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I rarely want to talk about actors' personal lives, but the fact that, like, this iconic love story in fiction, and there's one now in real life, it's amazing. We're so happy for them.
Thank you.
Should made in heaven.
Thank you.
Or by
Yes,
Eddy,
set up
right?
in heaven, yes. Thank you, guys.
Thanks.